Hello!
Hey!
Happy New Year, everyone!
Wow, the turn of the year. How in the heck did that happen? Let's move this camera.
It happened overnight.
Yeah, we were sleeping at the turn of the year.
Yep.
So who was in their pajamas last night with their dog? Anybody? We were.
We thought we'd come on here live today. First time we've done this. This ought to be fun. Maybe we'll do a lot more of it because January is National Train Your Dog Month, and we are planning on putting up stuff every day this month to help you with your dogs.
Absolutely. So National Train Your Dog Month, proclaimed by the Association of Professional Dog Trainers. We want to celebrate how fun it is to train your dog, the benefits of training your dog, and tips and techniques of how to do things that we think you'd enjoy learning how to do because it will make your life more bearable. I have an adolescent dog.
And a senior dog, so training at both ends of the spectrum for us right now. So we've got a whole list of stuff that we're planning on doing over the month, but if you've got any ideas, things that you want to know more about, feel free to pop in there. Hey, Helga, we have someone all the way from the Netherlands.
Wow, yes.
Happy New Year to you.
You hit midnight long before we did. I bet it's cold and gorgeous up there, huh? So we know Helga from Victoria Stilwell Academy. She's a graduate from one of the very first classes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, relative to who's going to be posting this month, certainly Brad and I are going to be sharing information, but Tiffany Lovell from Cold Nose College, Space Coast, Florida, is part of the Cold Nose College family. She'll be participating.
And Rachel Thornton from Cold Nose College, Natchez Trace over in Mississippi will be adding content for us. So,
and Jim Ross from Blue Ridge, Georgia, Cold Nose College, Blue Ridge, Georgia, will be sharing information as well. So all of us will be doing our best to answer and help you with your dog training and behavior needs.
So, like I said, we've got a lot of things that we've got on our list that we want to talk about over the next month. But certainly, if you have any ideas, we are all ears.
So, a couple things. One, Tiffany's going to be sharing really soon about the effectiveness of clicker training. Many of you who follow us already know that we use clickers to train dogs, especially for new behaviors that they're learning. So, information about the effectiveness of clicker training. When to begin training your dog? That's a question we get a lot.
Yeah, one of the things that certainly has come to light for us the past month almost, like Lisa said, we have an adolescent dog.
Again,
and we have had the wettest, muddiest month we've ever had around our house here. And wiping off muddy paws before the dogs come into the house is something we do multiple times a day.
We go through about 12 towels a day, easily.
Pretty much. And helping a dog learn to accept having their paws wiped. That's something we might throw in there as well.
Absolutely. We've never had an issue with that before, but Cailie wasn't very keen on having her paws wiped, so we're helping her learn that. When to begin training your dog? When a professional dog trainer needs a professional dog trainer. I got to be a dog training client. We got to be a dog training client a few months ago, and I want to share my journey because, oh my gosh, did it make my life easier, more sane, and yeah.
Sometimes it's easier to have another set of eyes take a look at things. Hey, and there's Julia from the newest Atlanta.
Hey, Julia, how
Victoria
are you?
Stilwell Academy class. Welcome.
Happy
New Year.
Both fine trainers. Julia's down with a Peach on a Leash down in the Atlanta area. And Helga, I wish we could travel to see you, darn it, all the way in Norway.
Has the sun come back up there, Helga? Yep. I think it probably has. It's past the 21st anyway.
We also I have a client, a separation anxiety training client who wants to share her journey on helping her dog overcome separation anxiety. So we'll be sharing that as a blog post and putting that up on Facebook as well this year. Adolescent dogs. Oh, hey, yes, very good to see you, Julia. Adolescent dogs, we just said that. I'm reminded again, time and time again, of the patience that it takes and the continued training that it takes to help your dog through adolescence. Their bodies are changing, their brains are changing, their hormones are changing. I remember that when I was 13. Certainly because of that's where we are with Cailie, who is now, she'll be 7 months on the 5th of this month.
And on the other end of the spectrum, I'll be talking later in the month about senior dogs. Our guy Cody is around 12 years old now, and he's as Cailie is changing in one direction, he's changing in the other. So we adjust our training for that as well. And we will be talking about that as well.
Words matter. Going to be talking about words matter. I've noticed some things with Cailie recently. I had certain cues for Willow, who's no longer with us. Still hard for me. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, knowing, transferring those cues to the new dog and seeing some of the behaviors that we thought were working well that maybe they weren't. So, and I see Dawn Green's joining us. Yes, you're getting a new puppy too.
Oh boy!
I think there's a lot of trainers we know who've all gotten new puppies in the last few months, and and boy, it's kind of humbling when we start taking the advice that we give our clients now. Oh, dang, that's what I'm supposed to be doing with this new dog. So, but it's fun. Like I said, it's we're working both ends of the age spectrum here at our house.
The biggest training challenge we had when Puppy Cailie joined us, and it took quite a few months to work through, was the fact that Cody did not at all appreciate the fact that Cailie was in the house.
Yeah, we didn't consult him before bringing the puppy home. So that may be another Train Your Dog Month post that we do, is introducing a new dog into the home.
Because it certainly took us a while, and thankfully it worked out well. They're good friends.
They're sleeping next to each other right now.
Yeah, I pick up the computer. Cailie actually went into a crate. She's laying down in a crate, and Cody's right behind us. We'll see if we can get them up and say hello in just a minute. So if anybody is out there right now, certainly watching us live, throw in some ideas relative to what you feel you need to know. And if you're watching this after the fact, let us know. Send us a message. We'd love to
comment here. We'll see these comments as they come up. So also for our National Train Your Dog Month, along with the blog post we'll be putting up, and some videos hopefully to go along with those.
I've got some early videos of some of my training with Cailie, teaching her to sit and to targeting, most favorite behavior, teaching nose targeting.
It's great to save that recall with on occasion, that's for sure.
It's saved a lot, with her many times, absolutely. Brad is also going to be talking about, why do you teach your dog to sit?
Now, you may have seen there's been some stuff on Facebook lately about why teaching sit is important, or is it important? So we'll explore all of that again, rehash why I like to train sit, and when I use it and when I wouldn't use it as well.
And recall, rocket recall. Willow was amazing with her recall. Cailie is beginning to get pretty doggone good with recall. And so we're going to be talking about recall as well, because we think it's really important, and hopefully showing some live videos out in our pasture where we do a lot of training around here on our property. So I think that sort of wraps up what we're going to do today.
Well, we've got going on anyway, other than just sort of settling into this new year. We haven't done an awful lot the last couple of days.
No, it's been kind of nice.
It has been kind of nice.
Oh, there is one thing I wanted to share with you. I put a post up on Facebook yesterday, but I never knew about pyramid pans or pyramid pan treats. I didn't know about these things. I don't have a lot of silicone products. We don't have an automatic dishwasher, and I always assumed that washing silicone products would be laborious. So thanks to Leslie Cupcake. Leslie, if you're out there, thank you for telling me about the pyramid baking pan. It's made, I think, to be used with the pointed side up, but if you turn it upside down, it has little itsy bitsy teeny tiny holes. You make a batter of recipes. Yesterday I made a can of salmon, 4 eggs, and a little bit of tapioca flour, and it made a bazillion treats.
And they're really not all that bad.
I ate them. We tried them last night. We actually did. We actually did. What I also learned is when they're baked, obviously you bake them, they nearly pop out. Literally, you turn the thing upside down, and it's almost like they jump out.
And the dogs gave them 2 paws up.
Yeah. So. Oh, here I have. Look, I happen to have some in my pocket. I always have them in my pocket. Can you see?
They make
It's
tiny, cool little.
itsy bitsy, teeny tiny. Look how tiny they are. Hold it in front of my vest. You can see a little better. So perfect for just, reinforcing for that repetition of the behavior and on to the next one.
And of course, we need to send hellos out to Laura and Oliver. Two
Hey,
more VSA students.
I love it, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. What else? Anything else, Brad? I think that's it.
We've got a bunch of stuff coming up. We are always open to your questions and comments.
Oh, one thing I want to mention, we've had a lot of people ask about our weekend workshops. We're doing our best to find some dates where the rental facility is available when our schedule is available. So thank you for your patience with that, but if you want to be on our list for our weekend workshops, certainly email me at lisa@coldnosecollege.com. I'll make sure you get added to the list so that when we are scheduling a workshop that you'll be notified. Hey, Leslie, thank you. Happy New Year to you. Did you see this? I just had this out. Leslie's the one that told me about the pyramid pan treats, and I'm hooked. There's a Facebook group, Pyramid Pan Treats, I think.
Something like
that. Something.
But the recipes are endless, it seems. So always fun to have. And Pam Taylor, welcome.
Hey, Pam. Hey, Dr. Lynn. Nice to see you.
So if you guys have any questions, feel free to fire away. We've got a little bit of time left here this morning, or actually this afternoon, depending on where you are.
Don't you think we should get the dogs up to say hello?
Oh, but they're sleeping.
I don't care.
No, when the puppy's sleeping, why disturb them?
She is. Let's see. I can move this, I think. First of all, before I get her up, she's, wait. There she is, asleep in her crate. And as Dr. Lynn said, we just took you on an upside down journey. As Dr. Lynn said recently, where did your puppy go?
Yeah, she sort of got big overnight,
Puppy
it seems.
Cailie, would you like to come join us? Come see. Come see. Oh, get up slowly. Yeah, that's my girl. Come on. Oh, she's so slow to get out. Can you? Oh, look here. Would you like to hop up? Huh? Yeah, good girl. Yeah, I am just so sleepy. I'm so very sleepy right now. She's a big puppy, huh?
She grew up overnight, it seems.
Oh, she's very sleepy. When she's just waking up from a nap, she's so cuddly. Yeah. So she is a snuggler for sure. Just a snuggler. And I happen to love it. She crawls up in bed between us. Yes, she sleeps in our bed. The only reason you shouldn't have a dog sleep in your bed is if you don't like dog hair in your bed. So she usually sleeps between us or at our feet.
Yep. And we're not going to pick up the old guy because he's an old guy and we don't like to get picked up. So, but trust he's back there too. Cody will be.
She's a joy. Okay, she's wanting to. Come here, baby girl.
We will be working with Cody some to demonstrate some things you can do with a senior dog, keeping their mind active and finding physical things they can do that are within their abilities, because Cody does have some arthritis in his elbows and
pretty significant.
So you work at the level where the dog is, whether they're a young pup or an older guy like us. So.
Yeah, so meeting Cailie's needs is very different than meeting Cody's needs right now. So that would be a good article to write about meeting your dog's needs.
And we also, you guys may have seen it. If so, chime in. We've always talked about, large dogs sort of self-handicapping when they play with small dogs, or older dogs self-handicapping when they play with puppies. What I think we've started to notice with young Cailie and Cody is that Cailie, the young energetic dog, is self-handicapping, playing with the older geriatric dog. Something pretty interesting to watch. We'll see if we can't capture some video of that sometime to share. We always see it working one way, but in this case, it's sort of working the other. So kind of interesting observations, these things we're getting to explore and enjoy.
I know, it is. It's been a crazy journey with the loss of Willow at only 6 years of age. It's just beyond words. And it's a journey with Cailie, watching her grow and develop and change and being such a different dog in so many ways than Willow was. And I'm reminded again,
we're not as young as we once were.
No, we're not as young as we once were. But also, there's an article I wrote quite a few years ago on superdog syndrome, and I talk about that with my clients a lot, relative to when their older dog passes, and the memories of the older dog, and then the new dog comes in, and well, it's not like my other dog, and she doesn't do it this way, and so we're experiencing all of that with Cailie and understanding, of course, exactly where we are, but. We dog trainers have the same feelings that y'all have with your own dogs. Like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through this because Cailie is doing this today? And then we just focus on training and focus on meeting her needs at that moment.
And one of her biggest needs seems to be the need to dig. So I was getting a little frustrated the other day. She was out in front of the barn digging, and I figured I could, stop her, redirect her, but she'd go back, and I figured after a while it's going to be easier to fill one large hole back up than it would be a dozen small holes all over the yard. So, dogs have a need. They need to, her digging is chasing moles, so there's that mental enrichment that comes along with it. I just tell myself that the lawn is getting a nice aeration every time she's out there digging.
Hey, Oliver, did we say hello to you? I don't remember if we did. Hey.
And there's
Gregory, hey.
Melissa and Deborah as well. Welcome,
Hey,
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is our first Facebook Live thing that we've done. We've been thrown into them before by
we love doing Victoria.
But this is the first one we've initiated. So thank you all for joining us.
Virgins, right?
Not any longer. It's a new year.
But we do hope to do more of them. So we'd love to know what you'd like to see. It's important to understand, I didn't know this, shame on me, but you can subscribe to someone you follow in order to be alerted when they're going to do Facebook Live. So you can go to, where is the information? I had to write it down. You can go to our page, hover over the liked button, and then ensure that the notification on live videos is ticked. I think it's oftentimes a default, but check it just to be sure.
Yeah, see Morgan Baumgartner
has joined us. Morgan, howdy.
This is sort of Cailie's Auntie Morgan. Mm-hmm. So she's was instrumental in helping Cailie early on as a pup.
Oh my God.
Learn to meet new people.
Learning to meet new people, and when we were just really tired from all the things we had been going through with Willow, and then Puppy Cailie to our home and all Puppy Cailie's energy, Morgan arrived to save the day and spend some time with us and play with Cailie.
Oliver says his dog loves to dig. Yes, they do, and it is an awesome reinforcer.
It is.
For many dogs, sniffing, digging, anything the dog loves to do can be used to reinforce other behaviors. So.
Once we get through this muddy season, I can't even tell you how muddy it is. I think everybody in the Southeast is in the same position we are. But once we get through the muddy season, I'm actually going to build a formal digging box. You brought wine! Yes, you did! Woo! You brought wine that day, Morgan. Boy, puppy moms and dads need wine. I'm going to build a digging box so you can set aside a specific area of your yard, your property, put a boundary around it if you want, mix some sand in with the dirt, bury some things that might be enticing to your dog, and when your dog digs them up, that'll be a reinforcing, and you can drive your dog's digging behavior to that digging box. I want to do that because I see digging being very enjoyable for Cailie, and I want to drive her to the right spot.
The vegetable garden in spring may not stand a chance if we don't do something.
Yeah.
So again, it's not about stopping a behavior; it's giving it the proper outlet, because the behavior happens for a purpose and a reason. Mm-hmm. So if we can give the dog a way to express that need in a way that works well for us, it's a win-win for everybody. We got a few more people joining in, and so what do we have here?
Mackenzie herds a wheelbarrow. Oh, Helga, so does Cailie. Boy, she does a great job. And I let her do it as well.
But when she
has a great time doing it.
When I've got a load of firewood in there, it's kind of heavy. Sometimes I get a little worried, so I have to go slower. But
I think as Cailie gets older and as I continue to work with her, Willow was that way in the beginning as well. And I actually started reinforcing her, dropping a treat by the side of the wheelbarrow. Yep, I couldn't have a heavy load in the wheelbarrow, but so it had to be light, or the wheelbarrow was empty, and I would drop a treat beside the wheelbarrow, and that would drive Willow to that side of the wheelbarrow where I wanted her to be. And over time, with repetition, she started to be on the side of the wheelbarrow versus in front of it.
Yep. So
Leslie has a digging box. Yay, Luke pretty much digs there. Excellent.
Leslie, do you hide toys or bones or anything in there for Luke to dig up? Just wondering. That's one of the things we've always heard.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what Cody and I'm not going to put it all on Katie either. Cody can also dig.
His dog digs too.
Yeah. So no, they are after live prey. Unfortunately, the moles. But you know, I hate it for the moles, but we've got plenty of them.
Oh my gosh, here in the Southeast, every single person I've talked to has said the moles are just prolific. It's like all the years that we've lived here. We've been here since 1990. Yeah. All the years combined, separate years combined, this year, all those moles, I can't even tell you.
So don't bury anything. You just dig for the fun of it.
Good, cool. Luke. Any other tips and techniques? Oh, licky mats. Yeah, I heard about them before. I hadn't used them before. Oh my gosh, our dogs love them.
In the mornings, they are priceless because, again, Kaylee wakes up full throttle. She's ready to go, and we are just sitting down with a cup of coffee. So now the dogs eat while the coffee is making. By the time we have our coffee, Lisa's prepared licky mats. So we can all sit down. We can sit down with our coffee and slowly try to wake up while the dogs are enjoying their licky mat after breakfast treats. So what a handy thing those have been.
Laura says that Nana digs on walks if we find mouse holes. She does like a fox and pounces. Don't you love the pounce? Well, I love the orient. I love the orient, and then they cock their head and then they pounce and dig. It's just so exciting. I love it.
The joys of praying.
I know. It's an amazing thing, our dogs. So be your dog's advocate. You all already are. I know so many of you who are here today, but being your dog's advocate is so very, very important. I think we all should take focus on our dog's emotional needs and understand those and be very, very concerned about those so that we have a healthy, emotionally happy dog. And there's a blog post on our blog, coldnosecollege.com/blog, on Be Your Dog's Advocate. So there are a lot of tips and techniques in there. Please do that.
So we've kept you guys for a bit. We're going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of this New Year's Day. Thank you so much for joining us. And do visit us at Cold Nose College on Facebook or our website, coldnosecollege.com. Or if you're in the Southeast, Cold Nose College Natchez Trace over Mississippi. It's Cold Nose College Space Coast down in Florida, or in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia. So Happy New Year.
We're going to go play in the mud with our dogs, and we'll see you tomorrow for January 2nd, National Train Your Dog
But no
Month
mud wrestling.
Post.
No mud wrestling.
I don't know. We might.
Happy New Year.